Today's video is a big one. I decided to go into encounters putting cheap loadouts versus expensive loadouts. Putting to the test, does the rarity of your weapon really matter more than your skill and knowledge of the game? I use cheap weapons like the Thompson, the VZ-58P, and even the ES-16 versus expensive loadouts like the ADR, the Bugle, the M14, and even OP snipers like the L96 and the PH-M82, while also bringing in the SVD for the ADR loadout. Also, having consumables galore for the expensive weapons. Enough talking, let's go and get into the video. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you guys do enjoy today's challenge video, don't forget to drop a like down below. Everything I like is very much appreciated. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you're notified when we upload a brand new video. Now, we're going to be starting off this first encounter with the loadout of the Thompson and the Mosin in just basic heals. Now, this lobby wasn't too bad. It was kind of moderate, nothing too crazy. But before we get into the craziness of this encounter, let's go and read the Bible verse. It is John 3:16, my favorite Bible verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Explaining what Jesus Christ did on the cross for us, for our salvation, for us to be saved. So if you put your trust and your faith and confess it with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, you shall be saved. Now, this encounter was pretty good, I would like to say. Well, not really crazy. I actually ran around the whole map trying to find somebody, and finally I was able to find somebody. That was actually a little bit too close for comfort. I'm surprised I killed that guy. That was the Par guy. I was actually very surprised I killed that guy. I don't know how, but I was able to. Right here, decided to bring the phone. Might as well. And yeah, I know there's a guy down by the shack, but you're going to see me run to Signal here in a second. And after checking Signal, you will see that, yeah, there is a guy in the shack. So we end up running into him, trying to find him, and we do. He is a scared Rango in the shack. That was surprisingly satisfying. Unfortunately, the raincoat, he'll have to learn a lesson from that. But yeah, this encounter didn't really have a whole lot in it, but we were successfully able to get a kill. This raincoat had tons of freaking loot, so we had to been running around somewhere. But yeah, right here, I don't really see much to do, so we decided to exit, and we were able to exit successfully alive. Now on to the next encounter. Now, this loadout, we are using the VZ-58P and the IZH and just basic heals. Now, this lobby was actually freaking sweaty. I was actually surprised with how sweaty this lobby was, with how the lack of players I came across. But finally, I heard some shooting that was over down by the car park, so I decided to run down there, and I battled this guy a little bit down there, and then also you guys will see, yeah, potatoing. Now right here, I did lose this guy, but I noticed he kept on using jammers, so I think he didn't want to know where I was. But right here, I noticed he was over by airdrop, waiting on airdrop, and I don't know how I didn't hit this guy. You guys will see. Now, the first shots I did take at him, I was able to hit him, but right there, the last few shots, I could not hit him. I don't know why. I feel like I should have hit at least a headshot or something. I feel like I should have hit him a lot more. Right here, still trying to find him, and then I end up noticing he was running down south, so I ended up running down there. He ran into the little shack that I'm on top of, so I had to jump down and try to get him a different way. After successfully taking this guy out in a very interesting way through the window with the freaking Ice Age, honestly, I did not expect to hit that with one shot. I thought he was going to be able to get up and shoot back at me, but I was happy I was able to get this guy taken out, and I was very satisfied with this. I was very satisfied. Now, I did fight this guy the entire freaking encounter, so as you guys can see, I just went ahead and ran to the exit, and there was nothing else for me to do. I chased him around for like 15 minutes. Let's get into the next loadout. And now it is finally time for the third cheap loadout, and that is the ES-16 and the SKS. I could have brought any kind of cheap rifle, but I decided let's bring in the SKS. I don't really use it much. This lobby was pretty sweaty, and I did notice once I spawned in, I was like, let's try to go for signal, and come to find out, there was actually a signal camper, which was kind of disappointing. After sitting there trying to find out where this guy went, I kind of gave up and just ran off because eventually you guys remember this because let's just say we might get him later. Let's just say that. But yeah, right here I was like, I noticed there was somebody up north with a scope glint. As you guys can see me running around like crazy. There is a guy up north with a scope glint, so I'm trying to keep that in mind and keep him in mind as well for later because actually I'm trying to get a good vantage point on him to see if I can't push him. But remember that. Now, as I get close to the exit over here, I end up going into this bush because I hear the crows go off, so I was like, I don't know what to do here. So I was just kind of scared hiding in the bush, okay? I was kind of scared. But after waiting in the bush for a while, I decided let's try to run up where the sniper was at. And yeah, this is what ended up happening. Now, honestly, at that point, I'm not sure if that was the same guy because he was up by the shack up more further north, but I was like, you know what? I see an opportunity. Let's take this guy out. And that's exactly what I did. I went over, checked his loot, and it was actually ADR guy. So I was kind of surprised that he didn't have a scope, but maybe that's what he was using trying to aim at me was actually a ADR. I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be completely wrong, but I want to say this ADR guy was the one that I was looking for. Now I end up running back down to where signal was, where the signal camper was, and this guy kept on checking signal. I don't know if I'm going to show that in the footage or not, but he kept on checking signal, and yeah, I'd end up using this jammer trick, so whenever he checked signal again, he wouldn't know I was there, and this is what happens. Now that was extremely hilarious. I can't get over how perfect that turned out. Dude was checking signal, camping signal. I don't know if this is the same guy. Honestly, I don't, but if he has a bugle whenever I go up to check his body, I'm sure it's the same guy. And yeah, bugle, it was the same guy. He ended up running around somehow getting a lot of other weapons. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this encounter, and that will be the end of our cheap loadouts. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this editing style as well. But yeah, we do end up escaping this lobby successfully. Let's get on to the expensive loadout. Now it is time for the expensive loadout of the ADR and the SVD with our consumables galore. We got armor plates, ports, adrenaline shots, caffeine, grenades, radiation grenades, and heals. And that will be the same consumables for all the expensive loadouts because this is on my Xbox account if you guys haven't noticed already. Yeah, this... It's too easy. Whenever you have everything upgraded, it is too freaking easy. Now, this is where the whole video gets crazy because I have consumables. I can go as crazy as I want with the best loadouts pretty much in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much what we do. As you guys see, we are running down to time safe. Now, while we're at time safe, I do end up checking a port, and we do end up seeing somebody over there. I don't know where they're at, but I do end up throwing a rad grenade at it because I don't know what they are doing. Now, there's no reason to really show the gameplay because nothing else really happens up here, so I end up running up north, and I did end up finding a bush camper. Now yes, if you are a bush camper, I am going to teabag you. I'm sorry, I am, and it's freaking disappointing that players do this. I don't know how I didn't notice him whenever I was in there checking a port. I wasn't even paying attention in that direction because lock container is over across the way. I think I was more looking up on the heels, and I didn't even think to look in front of me. That's kind of my fault. Now, I do end up running around here a little bit more, trying to find somebody, but I couldn't really find anybody. There's at least, probably ran around, there's probably at least 1 or 2 campers up near Signal or Airdrop area, which is all in the same area. So I was like, let's go and radiate the airdrop because nobody else is doing anything. I know somebody's there. And yeah, I almost end up getting sniped as well. I do try sniping him back, but I don't end up getting a good shot on him. Now, there's no gameplay to really show because I don't even really have any gameplay to show. Honestly, it's just me trying to fight back and forth with a freaking guy camping around signal area and container with a sniper. So I just end up running to the exit. I tried waiting on him, but I don't know where he is. He probably died to radiation, but I didn't want to die to radiation. And that's pretty much the encounter. Let's get into the next expensive loadout. Now, my next expensive loadout is the Bugle F1 and the L96 sniper, and of course, consumables galore. Now, this lobby was actually freaking sweaty and a crazy sweaty. We, of course, got to throw on our armor plate as usual. Always want to do that. Always got to remember that, because if we forget, that will not be very good for us. Now, we use our adrenaline shots and everything else to run directly to the time safe. Before we hit time safe, we end up trying to get a phone duel, because, you know, that's always fun. And now I noticed there was a player across the river, but every time I tried to shoot at him, he would run away. Yeah, after a while, it kind of became to get kind of annoying trying to chase this guy, playing a goose hunt with this guy. But I did notice my signal, not my signal, but my phone duel was actually coming my way. I was trying to see how far I could throw that radiation grenade. But yeah, I noticed my phone duel was coming my way, and I decided, let's go after him and try to take him out if we can. Now, I must say, that was actually a pretty lucky headshot, but it looked like I was actually skilled, so I was happy about that. And it was the sweaty guy at the lobby. And I was like, you know what? We gotta check a point right after we check this guy's body, because that guy across the river is just annoying me, and I know he's over there somewhere still. I know we didn't run to the exit. That guy, there's no way he's gonna run to the exit. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and try to hunt him down, because I want to get this guy. So I check a port. I do notice he is across the river, so we end up pushing him and trying to take him out. Now, he was acting scary quite a bit, but we do end up running into him. And now, after running into him, we do end up trying to chase him down. He was acting scary, didn't know where he was, so I threw a radiation grenade in the area that he was generally in to try to take him out if we could. Now, after taking him out, I didn't really see anybody the rest of the entire encounter, which is kind of disappointing, but I did enjoy this encounter a whole lot. Got a lot of gameplay, a lot of good content. Now, let's go ahead and get into the next and final expensive loadout encounter. Now, last in the final encounter, it is the M4A1 and the PHM82 sniper rifle, along with our consumables galore. Arguably, this is probably the best loadout you can get in the game, unless you swap the M4 with the L85 or maybe the Bugle. Either way, still great freaking loadout. Of course, throwing on all of our ports armor, and not ports, but armor and adrenaline shots. And we decided, let's go and make our way directly towards time safe. And that is exactly what we do, and I do end up seeing a guy over there, so I was like, okay, let's go and sneak up on him if we can. Now after sneaking up on him, I do decide let's go and open up the time safe. Might as well try to get some loot from it. And then I end up checking the port and noticing there was a guy over by the bridge, which was actually the orange hazmat guy. Now after taking out that player, I was like, let's go and check another port, and I do end up noticing there was an exit camper up on the ridge near the ladder exit, which is a typical exit camper spot. After taking him up and taking him out, I do end up running up to the ladder bridge and climbing up there and trying to get his loot. And now I look like the exit camper because somebody else is running across the area and closing it up going off. Now, after taking out that player, I was like, I don't know what else to do. So I run down to Signal. Apparently, there was a guy over by the behind Boyd house whenever I checked Signal. I don't know if that was a transmitter or not, so I do end up running over there. I don't end up seeing anybody, but I was like, you know what? Let's go and radiate the area, see if anybody runs out. But unfortunately, nobody else does run out, and I was just kind of confused as to what happened in the encounter. But hey, we did get threat. Maybe the guy ran away because he seen me as threat and he ran away. But yeah, this was a lot of fun recording. If you guys did enjoy this editing style, now it did take a lot longer to edit this video, just in general. It takes a lot more detail and effort to do, but I enjoyed recording this video, getting the footage of it, and I just had a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment what you guys think, and if you haven't already, and you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so I'm notified when we upload a brand new video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Outlanders.